All right, let's see what we're doing here. Looks like it's coming through. Are we on? We live? Yeah, I think so. All right, for everyone just tuning in, there was a Reddit post about it was like, so Blizz every once in a while will put out these surveys that gets the opinion of the player base on certain things. And this one in particular was talking about Classic and the possibility of adding something called Titan runes. And Titan runes, and let me see what the other one was called. Or Heroic Plus was the other one. So for anyone that's not familiar with it, like maybe you've only played Classic, or you've only played a version of the game that's not retail, then you may not be aware of like the Mythic Plus and like dungeon climb. So basically, it's like an infinitely scaling difficulty in dungeons, and you have like special affixes that are added on to the dungeon at certain levels to create like more difficulty on the current dungeons. So you have just to lay it all out for you, you have the normal level, which is just your normal dungeon, and usually difficulty is really low on these, like really low. And then there's the heroic level, which is just going to take all of just the it's just going to increase the difficulty by a little bit through damage coming out. Sometimes there's extra mechanics. It depends like which expansion you're talking about. But most of the time it's just increasing that just ever so much just to make it a little bit more difficult. Now, let's talk about what Mythic Plus is. Mythic Plus is a retail system where it's an infinitely scaling system where, one second, let me figure out where I'm going here just to get moving, start on a flight path. I guess I'll jump back over. Oh, I'll try to finish this one in Stone Talon. So anyway, like Mythic Plus is an infinitely scaling system where it's just throwing more and more affixes, which are just like, for example, Thunderlord was one where you had to get away from everybody with a certain mark. Or if you did cross marks, then it would just do damage to everyone in the area and stun them. That was one. I'm trying to remember the names of them, like Revenant, I think was another one that was added in Dragonflight, where it was like, made ghosts follow you and you had to kite them out as you killed certain mobs. It just added an extra level of strategy. So it's interesting, right? Like that they would add something like, or the possibility that they could be adding something like that into Classic. Depending on who you ask, that's either like a big celebrated feature. I was going Stone Talon, right? Yeah. Celebrated feature of retail, or you know, a lot of players don't like it so much. I'm kind of on the fence. It's like, I mean, it's pretty cool for like what retail is, but I'm really interested to see how they could implement that in Classic while staying core to what Classic is. Really curious. And I think they'd have a big challenge on their hands on trying to open up the player base to Mythic Plus, because I find that it's going really against the grain of like the spirit of like in Classic, you run a dungeon, you get a loot drop, you know what it is, and it's not like a piece of loot that's just going to scale infinitely with running the infinitely scaling difficulty of the dungeon. I just feel like that's a little bit you know, opposite. Like in retail, if you run a Mythic Plus, like let's say 10 to 20, it's going to be that loot piece is going to be the same name as what it would be in the lower levels, but the item, like the item level of it is just increased, which means that the stats on it are increased as well. So it just, with Classic, you got like items that have chance on hit procs. You got a bunch of different things that are just a little bit different than what you tend to see in retail, on use effects on like weapons and all kinds of cool stuff. I just, me personally, I'd hate to see like the, you know, the soul of some of the itemization and stuff, even with all its quirks with Classic. I hate to see it go out the window for like an infinitely scaling system, but I mean, we'll just have to see. That's a big challenge in the hands of the developers to kind of cross that, make it work in a Classic scenario. So I don't know, just my thoughts on it. Now, as far as like the other system, because they also mentioned Titan runes as well. It wasn't just the Heroic Plus. And again, Heroic Plus could be something completely different because it's called Mythic Plus in retail. But the other one, the Titan rune, is something that they added in Wrath of the Lich King to give like extra difficulty of dungeons. between your raids, you know? So like in Wrath of the Lich King, a lot of players were just raid logging. So Blizzard added in this new mechanic, which was like the Titan Rune dungeons, which added again like special affixes, special abilities, special challenges that you had inside of like Utgard Keep and like some of the other, you know, more like dungeons of Wrath of the Lich King. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see. And all this discussion around it is kind of came about because of like the post on Reddit there, the leak of the survey. And that has been kind of a good indicator of like what the devs are thinking about and like the things they're thinking about implementing in the past. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see how this goes and if this actually does end up coming out. I'm getting my windows all situated there. There we go. So yeah, for right now, let's see, I'm heading over into Sunrock Retreat here. Gonna head back over here. Yesterday I was trying to do this quest and it was just like, there were Alliance players everywhere, man. Like absolutely everywhere. It was just impossible to get in and get this quest finished. I think, well, I mean, when you talk about Windshear Crag in particular, it's just, I mean, it's always got a lot of high-level players in there because a lot of people are going back for their Grisby rune, especially if they're leveling new characters now. Because at least for hunters, phase 1, there was no rush to getting your Lone Wolf from Grisby's quest. Just because it wasn't really a strong rune at all because we were dependent so much on our pets, much like now as well. But yeah, so now I think there's a lot of people catching up their Grisby runes, and then also just a bunch of brand new characters are coming over here to finish this over here. So all that to say, I've been having trouble getting this quest done, but we'll see. But yeah, anybody that's looking for a guild to join over on Living Flame NA, you're welcome to join in. We're taking any specs, doesn't matter if spec viability or whatever, just play what you want to play. If you want to join in, you're looking for a guild, come on over to Living Flame. We're still in the charter phase here. So Stake is BIS is the guild name there. You can message me, Gladiusgg, if you're interested in joining. We'd love to have you. All right, I'm gonna head across to Windshear Crag here. Also got to go up for Cycle of Rebirth as well. But I'm curious too if anyone's got thoughts in the chat there too about the possible update, possibility of having Heroic Plus or the Titan Rune mechanics brought from Wrath of the Lich King or from retail. And I think like a lot of players give pause when they hear about mechanics being brought from retail over into Classic. And I mean, hey, I'm with you. Because there's a reason why I'm playing Classic a lot more than retail right now. There's just, I mean, I don't know. I think Classic kind of preserves the adventure aspect, the adventurous spirit of the world and that kind of stuff. And yeah, I mean, we'll just have to see if the possibility of like a Mythic Plus dungeon can keep with that. See. When I first got here in Stone Talon, like Alliance were chill. So we'll see if maybe they're feeling a little bit more chill today. Got Super Reaper, and then I got to head way up here. This one's always a pain in the butt too, because that's right next to the Alliance like questing hub, right up at the top there, Snary's Legacy. Yeah, not in love with that one. Did I pull something? No. Spitter. Also, too, trying to find the actual like overseers that drop this is kind of a pain in the butt too. At least, oops, here, grab this guy. You know, I'm also curious what kind of, if they did go the route of affixes, like what kind of affixes they could put in a Classic dungeon. I don't know, because like a lot of the affixes that they've dropped, I mean, there's some simple ones too, right? In retail, for example, they have like Tyrannical, which is just increasing the amount of, I think that was just the health on the monsters. It's been a while since I've done Mythic Plus, but I mean, just bumping up health on the monsters, and well, also, are they going to throw in the timed key element? I mean, if they did go down this route, like depending on their survey results. I don't know. I'm really curious about how they could implement that. Just a logger. Looking for overseers. Nope. That guy. It has like a spawn inside of this giant reaver thing. Oh, if anyone is looking for a questing add-on, Questy, I've always loved that one. I haven't tried Zygor and the other one. Oh, what is it? Rested XP. Haven't tried those, but I mean, those are pretty on-rails experiences from what I've heard. Where it's just, it tells you exactly, oh, there we go. Ventrico Operator, that's who I'm looking for. And again, he spawned inside of this thing, this little winch thing. Hey, Squeezy. Let's see. Hey, dude, surprise. Let's see. I have a surprise for you. Hold on. YouTube chat is something. Let me see if I can do a pop out chat. I know someone was saying to do that. 1 second, Squeezy. Okay, Squeezy said, hey, dude, I have a surprise for you. I come. Oh, cool, man. Awesome, Squeezy. We're happy to have you. Actually, when you jump on, Squeezy, oh, nice. First one I killed today. I finally finished that quest. Is that Max? Yeah, that's a skull. I'm leaving. But yeah, that'd be awesome. We're happy to have you. Also, too, if you don't mind, like jumping in to sign the charter here, we're, let's see, 4 people in. So just need some more signatures and we'll be ready to go. If you wanted to join. And I can bus out to you wherever you're at, too. I've cheated now, so at least it'll be a lot faster. Just keep in mind too, Squeezy, I think you mentioned that you're on EU, that this is NA Living Flame. Just to double check, make sure you know that. And where the heck am I going? I need to go down this way. Also, too, I did want to mention anyone that's, like we were talking about the possibility of Mythic Plus Titan Rune. Go ahead and check the description. I have a link to the Reddit post that's kind of like sparked the discussion. Take a look at it for yourself. See if you think it's like, you know, what you think about like exactly the way it's written there. If you think it's legit or, you know, your thoughts on what it would be, how they could implement it too. I'd love to hear your ideas. You and the Lone Wolf with your Hunter. No, so Living Flame, Squeezy. No, you're good, Squeezy. No worries, no worries. Hey, man, nobody can complain. You know, like at least 2 languages there, so already you're way above me. Like that's remarkable. I have all the respect in the world for you know, bilingual. Anybody that knows more than 1 language, man, you don't need to say anything. Make an excuse for that. I'm just impressed already. Like that's awesome. Okay, Living Flame, you're human. Okay, oh, you're human. Okay, yeah, sorry. So yeah, it's a Horde guild here. Sorry about that, Squeezy. But you're welcome to join if you wanted to make a new character. But just keep in mind that yeah, that we're on NA and yeah, it's a Horde guild over here too. Yeah, no worries, Squeezy. Yeah, no worries at all. You're always welcome if you wanted to make a new character. Anyone's welcome. Bring whatever character that you're wanting to play, whatever spec, it doesn't matter. Like we're not going for min-max and all that kind of stuff. We're just having fun. And everybody should be able to play the class that they enjoy. At least that's my opinion on it. All right, Super Reaper, deliver to the Barons. All right. I'm gonna go up to, yeah, I'm gonna turn this one into, well, while I'm out here, I might as well go up that way, but I gotta walk around. Yeah, a lot less alliance through here this time. kind of got an idea where I'm going. I'm going to wrap straight up the middle here and then do the 2 quests leading to the top. It's going to be right next to the Alliance questing area, though, so we'll have to see how that goes. All right, you see, Squeeze. You said, I watched all the videos for your runes for 100. Yeah, cool, man. And as well as the videos on how to do stuff in pre-BiS before Nomer. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, Squeezy. Yeah, I really appreciate it. I'm glad they helped. I'm glad the videos helped you out there. And there's more to come, too, as we get some more, you know, content for SoD as well. I think right now is a little bit of a lull period between phase 2 and phase 3. We're at that, like, I'd say halfway point, I think, as we're approaching like phase 3. And I imagine any week now we're going to get some information about like the phase 3 runes, phase 3, you know, like raid, and like what kind of things we'll be running into in phase 3. At least I think there was a data mine. Speaking of phase 3 stuff, I think there was a data mine for the possibility of Sunken Temple being the raid for season, or for phase 3. Which would be really interesting. That's a skull. I was about to fight him, but yeah, no, I'm not looking to dust it up with the skull. Which I'm kind of excited about. I think Sunken Temple has like a lot of potential for just being a really cool raid. Like the theming of it's really neat. Yeah, it's a little bit of a it doesn't exactly have like a clean path through the dungeon like some of the other dungeons do, where it's just like you run into a dungeon. It's not as linear, I guess. There's a lot of jumping around and figuring out what you're doing and stuff like that. And the adventure aspect of it's pretty cool for sure. But yeah, I'm kind of interested to see how they'd clean that up for phase 3, making Sunken Temple like a raid. Still loving that Chimera shot. It is, oh, look at that already. I'm curious about this too. Let me know if anyone else has been running into just waylaid supplies left and right, like all over the place. I just feel like the drop rate has just been insane with that. The Gaia seeds, I think I'm picking these up off the ground. Yeah. I ain't 90% sure. I gotta pick these up off the ground. Thing about, there we go. Yeah. Hey, it's the pine cones once again. I feel like I wish someone would compile together just all the different pine cone quests there are. Like in Mulgore, you got 2 of them now, right? Because you got the elemental, or the dual wielding rune, and then there was just a normal pine cone quest there, and then now there's another one over here. They get a lot of usage out of that pine cone model, I guess. Let me see. I have to kill you just to see if there's any pine cones over here, man. Let's see. Oh, Squeezy here. He said, it's just a shame that for Nomergun, if you don't have a good guild, and if you don't speak English fluently, then you can't do Gnome with my hunt and only for 2 out of 6 bosses. Well, hey, man, Squeezy, yeah, once again, you're always welcome to come on over. I know you're EU, but yeah, I mean, I don't know how good the connection would be jumping into an NA guild, but I mean, hey, guild over here, I'd love to have you over, so. And I'm sure we could get 6 of 6 down, no matter what we bring. And that's the thing, too, it's just a matter of just a little bit of extra patience, too. Like, if, you know, have certain classes that are just underperforming, like, it just takes a little bit longer to finish the raid. It's not the end of the world. But I think it's just kind of a cultural thing with WoW. I just think that players just, you know, want the absolute best all the time. And it's like a real min-maxing thing to just only take the most meta specs. But all the content's clearable with no matter which classes you bring with you. Like, none of the content is really like that super difficult. I mean, some bosses do take a little bit more cohesion and you know, synergy than others, but still. But I've that's a common complaint though, Squeezy, of what you mentioned. I've heard a lot of other players talk about that as well. Just it's hard to find raid spots, especially if you're not playing the top meta specs, that kind of stuff. Right, let's see. Still looking for pine cones, man. I don't know if I'm just like blind, like I'm just not seeing them. There it is. They really blend in, man. I don't know if it's just old man eyes or what, but I mean, I'm telling you, I'm just overlooking these things like crazy. In any case, this is Squeezy. In any case, I appreciate your live, and I hope that. Oh, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I really appreciate it. Yeah, thanks for tuning in, for sure. Yeah, I'm glad the videos are helping and all that. See, I'm still looking for pine cones. What do we got? That's something about like classic too, is just I feel like seeing the interactables on the ground. Like for those of you who played retail, I mean you'll remember this too, but like if you have an interactable quest, it just like they put glitter on it, they put a spotlight over it, they put a like yellow highlight around the silhouette of the thing. Like it's hard not to see things, at least the way it is in retail. But here in classic, it's like you gotta have some good eyes, you know, to see the just this small little rock on the ground. Is that it? No, you see, like that to me looked like a pine cone over there. Yeah, and again, anyone that's wanted to check out the Reddit post that's talking about the possibility of like Heroic Plus, or possibility of the Titan rune mechanic being brought into SoD, you can take a look at the description there. I put a link to the Reddit post. It's just a full explanation on it. It's a survey that Blizzard puts out every so often when they think about adding new mechanics, new things to like their games. They've done the same thing for retail. They've done it for Classic in the past. In fact, Classic itself was one of those things that was brought up on one of the surveys. And the latest survey is talking about the possibility of just asking how important it would be to players if they brought in, there's a pine cone, brought in like Mythic, or say they said Heroic Plus, and the Titan rune system. So Heroic Plus would be like Mythic Plus, I imagine, coming from retail. And then Wrath of the Lich King had the Titan rune, kind of inspired by Mythic Plus, added most recently in Wrath of the Lich King Classic. So. Searching for pine cones. Oh my gosh. I'm just running laps. I know, let's see, there is like kind of a cool trick here. This works especially in the Alliance starting zone. There's like a lumber quest. Hold on, let's see. Oh, graphics, there we go. So there's a lumber quest that it's over next to like that. There you go. So it's over next to the oh my gosh, why can I not think of it? Like the wood mill that's like on the east side of Elwyn Forest. There's a lumber quest where you have to go pick up lumber, but there's like brush covering everything. It's really hard to see. You can crank down your graphics to get rid of a lot of the brush and stuff on the ground, and then you can more easily see the items all around. So here in this case, like look at this difference. So it might not be that much here, but let's find out. Let's see how big of a difference it is. So here's cranking it up to 10. Okay, you see, like, you got a little bit of stuff all around it. So, like, if you're coming at it from, like, this angle, like, I mean, good luck seeing it or whatever. And again, this could just be an old man problem. Maybe this is just me. But, yeah. So, like, let's try doing this. Crank it down to 0. And suddenly you get rid of a lot of that brush. And then, well, I guess that leaf is still there. But a lot of the other brush, so you can see it more clearly. So, I don't know. Just a quick tip. If anyone else has problems with that. In fact, I'm just going to keep it on tissue paper graphics for a little bit longer so I can finish this quest here. There's another one. Okay, man. I'm telling you, that helped a lot, for me at least. Nice thing, too, about Questy is that they give you, like, possible spawn locations. It's not perfect. It doesn't show all of them. But, oh, there you go. Another one. All right, wow, this is turning the graphics down actually is helping a lot. Okay. And I'll just mention again there, anybody that's looking for a guild, you can join in on Living Flame. Gladiusgg is my character. We're all starting a guild over here, so if you're having trouble finding a spot in Nomer, just looking for people to play with, feel free to jump over to Living Flame, and it is NA, okay? So NA. Hey, Ian, how are you doing, man? Ian, I was just going over how you can, like, crank down the graphics by a lot to get rid of brush whenever you're looking for, like, pieces, like, little small interactables. I don't know if, again, I don't know if anybody else has that problem, but I have the hardest time, like, actually seeing those things. But my eyesight also sucks, so... considering you're leveling a horde, and just so, let's see. Considering leveling a horde just so I can join the guild. Hey, awesome, Ian. We'd love to have you. Absolutely. Bring whatever class you want to play too. Doesn't matter if it's meta. Doesn't matter if it's underperforming. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Does not matter at all. We're just having fun. So you should be able to play the class that you enjoy. So far, at least where we're at on the charter, we have 4 signatures so far. So yeah, we're just finishing that off, and then, you know, we'll have guild. See, but your alliance heart would hurt. Understandable, totally understandable. See, I for the longest time I exclusively played Horde. I didn't play any alliance at all. I just, you know, I mean, I just always liked Horde, and it's what I started with, so I just kept with it. And then I tried switching things up, like here and there every once in a while, just to see, you know, what does it look like on the other side of the fence? And most recently with Phase 2's release, I leveled on Chaos Bolt with some of my buddies as a Night Elf Hunter over there. And yeah, it was just kind of cool to re-experience things. I think I saw it right there. See, I wonder if this guy's going for it, because I don't want to just yoink his pine cone. No, he doesn't need it. But I don't know, it's kind of cool to see the other leveling zones, and man, I gotta say, the Night Elf leveling zone is gorgeous. Like, I love all the colors, the green, because I'm coming from Orc. I'll pretty much always do the Orc starting zone, so it's just going from one end of the spectrum to the other. Yeah, big fan of it. Let's see, oh, Night Elf Hunter main. Yeah, so Ian, that's your class race combo that you play. You gotta do this one over here. Incendrites. Oh, okay. Maybe I'll make my way down through here. But yeah, understandable. Yeah, I totally get that. You said, but actually, the first character I ever played was a Tauren Hunter. Hey, Ian, me too, man. Me too. My Tauren Hunter named Tyrannius on Skywall. Yeah, I think he still exists on my account. I'm pretty sure. I'll have to look him up sometime. But yeah, I got him to like level 25. And then that was my first break from WoW, was when I hit 25. And that took a while, first time through. Let's see. You said it was my friend, a friend of my sister's computer. I was like 12. It got me addicted to WoW. Yeah, man. Yep. Similar story here. Yeah, it's one of those things. Like I'm trying to think of like how old I was when I played WoW. I could do the math on it, but yeah, I like first time I played was like towards the end of vanilla, like right at the end of it. I never raided in vanilla. I was just leveling the whole time. And then let's see if I can skin this, by the way. No, that's not skinnable. And then like, yeah, I just, I played all the way through until Mists of Pandaria. Well, actually, Cataclysm, I took a little bit of a break. Came back from Mists. Mists didn't really do it for me. And then I bounced back every expansion to come play again. And as for the expansions, it really stuck for me. I played a lot of Shadowlands, surprisingly, even though it wasn't like the greatest expansion. Warlords of Draenor, I played the crap out of Gladiator Stance Hunter, or sorry, not Hunter, Warrior. Man, that was so much fun. And then when I took it out, I was like, eh, well, that's really why I was playing. And then I came back for, yeah, just, let's see, you said, oh, so you started playing, which one was it then, Ian, for you? Did you start playing in Classic? This guy's also doing Incendrite, so we might have a Hunter duel here. We're peaceful right now, but that doesn't last long when we're both going for the same quest mob. He's 32, so I don't think I really have a chance of taking him out. Let's see, you said it was the same for me. It started, oh, you started with Nax launch. Okay, so you probably similar timing, and then, but never got in raid. I dropped the game after Lich King. Oh yeah, I played a lot of Lich King. I liked Lich King a lot, but for whatever reason, I never, I didn't play Wrath Classic as much as I thought I would. What about you, Ian? Did you play Wrath Classic? I'll keep going down here for Incendrites. Oh man, he might be aware that I'm taking his quest mobs now. Let's see. I have thought about going back for Wrath Classic and leveling a character up before Kata comes out, because I know we're right on the verge of Kata Classic. And I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of curious. Like, I just remember that is when I quit the game for the first time, though, like, and took a break from it, like a more substantial break. So there's got to be a reason why I left it. But also, I kind of want to give it another shot, you know, just see what was going on with it. Let's see. You said Lich King was my favorite expansion, but I think it was because I was more adult, so I understood the game better. I understand that, Ian, for sure. Yeah, when I first started playing WoW, man, I'm like, God, I was so bad. Not that I'm great now, but back then I was so bad. Let me see. And then you said, I haven't played any classic expansion, only, let's see, OD. Okay. Oh, SoD, I think is what you were saying. SoD is the reason I returned. My friends were playing it. Only SoD. Yeah, okay. And yeah, totally understand that. Yeah, I know SoD initially, like on its announcement, had a little bit of a bumpy start to it, because I think there was the idea in a lot of the player base's heads of just wanting Classic Plus especially. Classic Plus is what everybody was talking about right around the time when, you know, like Blizzard was going to make the announcement. And then when they announced Season of Discovery, this is coming off the back of Season of Mastery. I think Season of Mastery kind of burned some people out. Season of Discovery was just like, there was a lot of the player base that was a little bit disappointed with the announcement. But I mean, I think everybody would agree that like it's been really well received as it's come out and as we've actually got to see what it is, what it's like and stuff. I mean, sure, there's some clunkiness to it here and there, but I mean, overall, like, I mean, I've been really satisfied with SoD, like big time. And I'm hoping that maybe this will lead towards maybe that Classic Plus that everybody's been really, really pining after. You know, it's some brand new like extension content onto the classic game. Do I really have all these completed quests? Oh no, it's just like, oh, I guess I do. Oh my gosh. Something I've learned about ever since this buff came out, you don't save quests. Like, you don't wait around to turn in everything. You just got to turn it in quick, because things go great, like super fast. Because leveling goes so fast now. It's insane. Yeah, no problem, Ian. Enjoy your lunch. Rogue feather. Man, harpies, man. Harpies get me quite often. I think the thing about harpies is that like, as soon as you get them down low, they tend to flee. I mean, same with a lot of the humanoids. And that has gotten me killed several times, just the flee mechanic. Speaking of getting killed by mobs, I wonder, has anyone tried the heroic, or sorry, the hardcore solo self-found mode? I know there's a lot of buzz about that before it came out. A lot of people are looking forward to that. I'm kind of curious on what all they added. Because my understanding was it's literally just making it so you can't buy off of the auction house. And see what else? You can't buy off the auction house. You can't trade with players. And it's truly just only self-found. See here. What level are we over here? That's a question mark, question mark. I'm not going to mess with that guy. Surprising amount of alliance in Stone Talon, though. I feel like when I was leveling up, I didn't really touch Stone Talon at all as an alliance. In fact, I'm pretty sure I didn't do a single quest in here on my Night Elf Hunter. What do we got? Oof. Okay, cycloned. Still loving Chimera Shot here, though. It's a lovely leveling skill. I thought I would miss the Beast Mastery rune a lot more. And Sendrite over here. I don't know why I'm trying to poison that guy. There we go. Wait, parry. Oh, okay, parry this pet attack. I was gonna say there's no way, like he can't parry ranged attacks. There we have it. What do we got? Another Incendrite? We do. 3 out of 10. Not bad. This guy would be a cool pet. The Chimera over here. Ooh, what level is that guy? 28? I can take him for sure. Not with that, though. I'm going to go ahead and pull my boar back a little bit. Actually, maybe I can't take this guy. My boar is just getting owned. There. I'll try to pull my pet all the way over here. If I just outrange him before he dies. Nope. That's dead pig. Do I have any... These aren't selling for much in the auction house. Go ahead and drink that. Revive pet. See. More Incendrites down here. Oops. Outrange him there. Where's this going? That's Desolus down there. Actually, it wouldn't be the worst thing to grab that flight point while I'm down here anyway. Where is it? Where's our flight point? Oh, it's way down there. Never mind. I was thinking of the Alliance one is like way up here, Nigel's Point. Yeah, I'm not going to grab that one right now. That is a big ol' no thanks. Let's see. At least this area is kind of Horde owned right now, it seems. Hey, okay, we got a level 40 chilling over here too. That always helps. This guy, is he going to go for it? He went for it. Fair enough. Yeah, I still need these harpies as well. Hey, movie, how you doing? So to catch you up there, movie, there was a post on Reddit, like as I'm sure, oh no, I'm gonna get myself in trouble here. Hey, we're chilling, we're chilling. Oh man, we pulled a lot more than we wanted. God, that cheetah. Come on, pig, taunt him. You can do it. All right. Okay, so yeah, the Titan rune. So in Wrath of the Lich King Classic, a lot of players were like raid logging when it came to just like getting to max and just like, you know, completing raids, logging off their character, come back the next week. And so they, in Classic Wrath of the Lich King, they put in this new mechanic called Titan rune. So it's essentially like a classic take on the Mythic Plus formula, if you're familiar with that from retail. I mean, basically what that is that, I'll start out reviving my pet. It's like an infinitely scaling difficulty on the dungeon with scaling rewards as well. So you have the item level goes up, the stat bonuses go up, the difficulty increases in the dungeon through the stats and the monsters, and then at certain breakpoints, you're also getting additional affixes added, like to empower like the bosses, or to empower, like have a, you know, every so often you have like this mechanic that comes up that you have to avoid, like maybe ghosts that you can't be killed but only kited. You have to run away from those to be able to kite them out before they die off and like that kind of stuff. Those are like the affixes that have come up like in the Mythic Plus system that's in retail. And this, if you look in the description, there's a link to it. In this most recent survey that came from Blizzard, they're talking about the possibility of adding either like the Titan Rune element, which is like the classic spin on the Mythic Plus thing I was just talking about, or Mythic Plus adding that into Classic. Which, I mean, it's I'll say like the possibility of putting that in the in Classic is going to be a little bit. I have some of my concerns about it, right? Because I feel like Classic, oh man, I'm just pulling so many harpies. Hold on. Getting myself in trouble again. I'm gonna pull out this way a little bit. Yeah, that pig, my pig is so upset. I've gotten him killed so many times while doing this quest. The Charred Valley, man, like I've had the roughest time like in this zone. Every time I go here to do quests, it is like just a nightmare. All right, I'll survive my pig again. So like in so did you play Wrath at all? Wrath Classic movie, or retail for that matter? Let's see. Livingston, he said boar best pet for leveling / world farming. I'd say leveling for sure. Absolutely, boar is the best in my opinion, at least, because he eats literally anything. He's beefy. He takes a lot of damage, and also when he starts that fight, he's got the charge and then also the empowered attack right after the charge, which generates enough threat that you can get more shots off before you pull threat off of him. Like, I couldn't talk up the boar more when it comes to leveling. I love this guy. Like, he eats everything, too. And that's like, oop, hold on. Oh, I don't want my boar to die again. My boar abandons me. That'd be sad. Let's see. You said I played Wrath when it was current, but not on relaunch. Yeah, that was the major difference that they put in with Wrath Classic. And it was like a thing that they were kind of testing. And I think it was overall well received because it gave a lot more incentive for players to go back and do more dungeons and actually stay in the world longer. And you know, you got to see your guildies and you know, friends list players like more often than. Wait, did my board die? Where did it go? Was he just chilling over there? I don't understand. But yeah, it just got... Okay, well, it got me there. That was way over leveled. I think he was just resisting the taunt. Kind of makes sense. Oh man, and the walk back is the worst for this. Oh, he might have been a... Yeah, that's true, movie. That's probably what it was. Because of the Basilisk sleep. Totally. But yeah, like... So I mean, basically, like, I'm trying to think of, so I played mainly, hold on one second, I'm pulling up. Wowhead over here to look at the Titan Rune affixes. Like, what did they do for that? Titan Rune affixes. Okay. Just to give you an example of what they came up with. So for example, like Heroic Dungeon, Utgard Keep, the alpha empowered Frost Rune, right? Damage increased by 30%, health increased by 100%. Melee attackers have a chance to glaciate a random nearby target. So this is coat a victim with frost, causing them to leave an icy trail that damages and snares their allies. So there's like some mechanics it seems to empower you, as well as like some things that make the encounter like a lot more difficult in there. But so so it's like, oh, I wish I could, oh, here, I can link this too. There we go. Put it in chat for anyone that wants to take a look at it.